Welcome to another video at If Flowers Could Talk. Today is a hot day here in South Florida, the mid-90s, so I gotta stay nice and hydrated. We're gonna do a nice video today. A couple of days ago, I got an order from Planet Desert. I posted a video and I had got Opuntia Santa rita, and I had also got Opuntia Macrocentra, two beautiful Opuntia that could turn purple. Now, the Macrocentra is a really amazing one because it has a bicolor flower when it blooms. I believe the throat is red and then the outer is red. The throat is red and the outer is yellow. I'm gonna put a picture up here so you can see it. And the Santa Rita has a pure, just yellow flower. Beautiful, beautiful Opuntia. So besides the flower colors, the Opuntia Macrocentra, and I'm gonna show you a picture. As it gets larger, it has these black spines, a lot of spines, whereas the Santa Rita doesn't really have as many spines and they're more of a lighter color. So they're both beautiful, beautiful Opuntia that can get nice and violety purple. Now, without over talking it, let's get to the potting. So earlier this week, we got a shipment in from Planet Desert, a bunch of beautiful cactuses. You can check out the video, two which we're gonna be potting today. First, the Opuntia Santa Rita, and then the cutting from the Opuntia Macrocentra. This Santa Rita came in bare root. Now for the soil, we're using coconut core, perlite, sand, and some Eskimo fertilizer, which is 14-14-14. Just blend it up real nice. Now this is great to do, especially with the kids, with the family. You can make it a group thing, potting up cactuses, potting up plants. It's just a beautiful thing. So now we're gonna be potting the Opuntia Santa Rita, and you got a lot of holes in this pot, which is really good for drainage. But I use this coffee filter. It's a little trick I saw. Normally I'll put a rock on the bottom to cover the hole, but I don't want the soil to leak out all the sides, so these are 100% biodegradable. They're safe for the plant. Now you just put the soil on top of that, and the soil won't leak out the sides. Now I just push the soil towards the sides to hold the coffee strainer in place and continue adding your soil. Now after taking this one out of the bag, it's actually like two separate cactuses in one, so I'm gonna plant them the same way they came. I think it'll look really nice just like that. I could split them up into separate pots, but I like the way they look together. So to start things off, I like to fill up the pot a little bit more than halfway, then gently put in the cactus, and now we have enough room to pour soil in the pot and cover all the roots while stabilizing the plant. Press down gently, make sure everything is nice and press down in there, because once the cactus is stabilized, we can dress it with either gravel or rocks. I like to use some rocks for these Opuntia because they could topple over. That will help make sure it's stabilized. And last but not least, make sure you're wearing gloves, because these cactuses have thorns that will stick in your skin and it's not pleasant. So there we have it. It looks really nice. And these are loose, two separate, so I wanted to make sure they're stable. Now I was deciding, what should I use, rock or gravel? I was thinking of using rock because I could use them to balance and support these long, thin stems easier than using gravel, so that's what we're gonna go with. Now I'm gonna use some of these as anchors to support. One right under there, one behind this one. The bigger rocks at the base, right by the base of the cactus, to really anchor it and support it. And the smaller ones could just stay around the pot. Got a nice big rock right there. I think that came out pretty nice, and you can see the coffee filters holding the soil in place. By the time that coffee filter breaks down, hopefully the roots have grown deep and holds the soil in place. So we're gonna put this guy in the shade and then gradually increase him to the bright South Florida sun. So now I have this single pad. It's totally calloused over, so it's ready to pot. Now I'm just going to put a little line right here where I want to put them. This is my first time trying to grow a single pad like this, like a cutting. And this side of the pad is really nice and violety purple. I'm sure once it starts growing and getting some good sunlight, it'll get nice and purple. Put them in there. Now just gently push the soil around it. And I'm not watering these. This soil is not super dry. It's not even really moist, but that coconut core has some water in it, so it's not bone dry. And the pad has water retained in it enough to start growing roots. Opuntia Macrocentra. Alright, so we got them potted up, the purple Opuntia, and they say that these could purple up during the winter time when it's colder and they're not getting as much water, as well, and the excessive sun, a sign of stress. We're going to keep them in the shade for a couple of days, and then I'm going to gradually bring them out into the sun until they get nearly full sun with partial shade. We got some nice trees here to give a little dappled shade. You know, anything in full sun could burn, so it's always best to put it by a tree or something of that nature. Just beautiful cactuses. Now I'll be giving you an update, especially on the cuttings, to see when they start growing. I'll be making a video as well. I have that little piece that fell off of this guy. I'm gonna let him dry up for a couple of days, and then I'm gonna pot him, and in the next video or videos down the road I will give you updates, because these cuttings may take 2 or 3 months till you really start noticing new growth. But it's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad I could record everything to show you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments. Bless you guys. I have an airplane going by, so give me 1 second. These are some amazing flowering cactuses. That was a tongue twister. Now you can hear the birds chirping in the back. Well, now there's an airplane going by. I was gonna say you could hear the birds chirping in the background, but now you hear an airplane.